And good morning, it's your friendly neighborhood Tironan, and today I thought we'd take a look at the IL-8 in line with some of the things we've learned. Now, we've got the reinforced airframe, the pilot has been redirected to protective expert, and we are now working for another upgrade. So, let's see how this works out for us. Different aircraft, a more upgraded aircraft than the Ju-88, but it still doesn't get all the equipment that it should have, nor does the, I don't have the rear gun stabilization system, to be exact. So, a couple of things. We're going to lower our flaps, and I've gone into settings, we'll go over this later, and we will lower our flaps. You'll see where it says flaps extended, and you can actually see them extended now. Okay, Tier, what does that do for me? Well, it lets me slow down. Because the problem is with ground attack aircraft, speed is not necessarily your friend. Okay, well that doesn't make a lot of sense. Why? Well, the longer that you can stay over a target and actually able to deploy your guns, the better off you are. Alright, and you've got all this boost to get yourself back up to speed when you want to. Unlike the Ju-88, this one actually has ordnance, and it does have a pair of 45mm guns, which is really effective. Now, we've talked about this in previous videos, but caps are where you win. Okay, so what you want more than anything else is to take caps. And that's lovely. And getting 14 kills, 18 kills, whatever you're going to get is a nice thing. Now we can push down the Alt button here, and now you get to see more information. And again, in settings, I've changed this to look to hold. Now this is all from Zygo 007, and making suggested changes that will work for you in ground attack aircraft. That guy must have spent a lot of time in the ground attack aircraft, that's all I got to say. Now, I will tell you that the fellow is one of the very bright, does a good job, and has helped us a lot. So, thank you, Zuga. I'm not sure how to pronounce the name. If you ever come online, let me know, Zuga. I'll certainly be happy to I'll waste time. Alright. One thing, again, with the flaps down is you notice that you turn one heck of a lot quicker. Now, he also suggested doing something with rudder shift that I do not want to do. But you can use, actually create a setting in there that stops it from tilting wings and exposing your wings to fighter cover. Well, why wouldn't you want to do that? Well, in my case, I'll often flip a wing to avoid crashing into the ground, and those of you that know me know that I love to crash into the ground. Okay, I call it pulling a tear because I do it all the time. All right. It's an unfortunate fact that I am human and I make errors. You notice I'm still not using my ordnance. We'll use the ordnance here. I'll even throw a bomb in there. And with the rear view behind. Makes this a more efficient aircraft. It's my primary complaint about the Ju-88 is it's not very efficient. Can you make it work? Absolutely. Is there anything terribly wrong with the aircraft? Nope. But if you have a bomb, you have a rocket, you can sure make shorter work of things. Now you can also slow down here quite a bit. And you notice this fighter just overran me. And we drop our bomb here. And we've just taken the base. Okay. And we still have health left, believe it or not. Now if I had some way to repair, I would, but I don't. And a meteor just took us out. He's got all sorts of 20 millimeters. And you start looking at this. It's a tier 8, and I'm a tier 7. Yeah, we see that sometimes. Alright. Well, life sometimes isn't fair. Yeah, especially in this game. Alright, so we'll move right along. Okay, so we now have our 2 bases, and now the only thing I have left to worry about is their base. So we'll head that way, because we haven't got anything better to do. The nice thing about controlling the command control is it sends bombers. Of course, you know this. But what you may not realize is every fighter in the world go out to go fight bombers. And you want them to. Now, I've got a chance that maybe I can hit this Hornet. Now, your 50 cal, your weapon system is not that good for shooting down aircraft, but you do have some reach on it, and if you keep after it, you can sometimes shoot down an aircraft, as you saw me do with the German ground attack aircraft, the 265. Kind of useful.
We cannot support you any longer.
Now, I'm never going to get there before it's all over. But this is the power of the ground attack aircraft, and furthermore, supporting the ground attack aircraft. Alright? The longer you can keep them up and attacking, the more you're going to win. Let's take a look at a couple of the changes you can make in settings to make your life a little easier here. Alright, so we'll go to the summary. Made 42.50, we actually won. Got some additional experience points because we won. And we go to our team score and see, I did alright, but nothing personal. Nothing great. I did destroy 5 attack aircraft and got 16,000 points done in a very short amount of time. I think I spent more time in transit than I did actually destroying targets, but that's part of being a slow ground attack aircraft. Okay. Alright, so let's move on. Let's take a look here at settings. Some things that you can do to make your life a little easier. And you go here to general settings, basic controls, all controls, fire, flight, and extend flaps. And you notice when you hit this, you can hit the press the key or hold the key, and that's what you want. All right, and what that does for you is instead of seeing colored dots floating around and letting the system decide when it's close enough to let you know reasonable information about them, now it just puts it up there all the time. You can press it once per plane or per game and just leave it alone. All right. Battle interface, that's just fine. Camera, flight, but flight is what I'm interested in here, and hold the flaps, and you hold the key, and that puts your flaps down. I use the Z key because it's kind of near the other air traffic controls. You put it down, you'll actually see the flaps are down, you'll actually see the flaps extend. It slows you down, which is great for a ground attack aircraft. It lets you turn faster, which is great for a ground attack aircraft. We'll do just as use of the boost. We'll get you flipped around in a very short amount of time. and it lets you spend more time over the target with those guns that from hell that you start seeing in ground attack aircraft. Lets you leisurely bomb, leisurely rocket, and you can slow down to 65, 60 miles an hour before you start running into stall problems. Which means that the plane behind you, the fighter who's going to stay on your tail and shoot you down, going at full speed and pulling anywhere from 150 to 330 knots, is going to run right past you. I saw that happen once in the game. And so you become a stationary target he can't hit very well. All right. Now you match that with the gunner, and these guys actually got quick reflexes, which gets him on target 50% faster. He's also got the armor, which gets him 20% more. The burst length is 20% longer. The next one for me, having looked at this, is I want this one, which is Ballistic Expert. Increases the firing range by 15%, effective rear gun stabilization by 20%. Okay, Tier, so what does that do for me? Well, let's talk about upgrades. And this is the one that I wanted to get. I don't have enough points for it yet, but rear gun stabilization. Here's what it does for you. 15% effective range to rear guns. All right, and then you get another 20% of that, so you're going to get it reach out there even longer. Now you're talking 30% plus, right? 32, 33%. I'm going to guess right over at 33% with the two of those put together. That's going to make a difference. All right, because he's going to get on the target faster, he's going to hit you for longer, and he's going to hit you with all the upgrades at 30% more range. And the range on the rear guns is pretty darn long, okay? So you start looking at this on the upgrades, and you're already out there at 26. You add 30% to that. Well, let's do the math, right? About 1.3. So every 10% is going to give you about another 260 yards, or 260 feet times 3. So you're going to get out there a little bit. You're going to be over 3,000 feet, 3,200, 3,300 feet. You're not going to get outranged nearly as much. That's not going to stop a Yak 7 with a 45 caliber from running up your tail and killing you pretty quick. But when you take a look at the changes that have been made so far with the covering and everything, survivability, I've got the airframe upgrade, and you'll notice that it gives you 1,200 points. It brings it up a good 150 points by itself. This gives you 15% more aircraft health, and gives you another 5% here. And it also, you'll notice that you start taking less chance of damage. Okay, so when I put that on there, I'll be very happy. It will make a difference and keep your aircraft alive a little longer. All right, so that's going to wrap it up for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll do more along these lines. And if you want to make suggestions, I'll put them into the video. I'll mention you by name. I do not have a not invented syndrome going on over here. If I can learn something, I want to learn it. I want to test it, and then I want to share it. And then I want to credit the person who did it. Okay, so Zuga007, this one's number 2 for you. Another tip of the hat to you, bud. Appreciate the tips. Obviously, I'm still learning, and that's what this channel is about, is to learn and share. So if you want to, you got some tips for me, let me know. We'll bring it into the game. We'll try it out. We'll credit you even. All right. Remember to like the video if you do like the video, and I need all the subscribers I can get and all the views I can get right now. So we are over 100 subscribers. That happened yesterday. We're right at 102 as of right now, and I can use lots more. So I do appreciate you. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.